Free Fire World Series 2023 Grand Final Round presents many extraordinary strategies from the world-class teams competing. We will review the 3 most interesting teamfight gameplay in this episode. Solid defense. That is the right word to describe WAG's performance in the first game of the Grand Finals of the Free Fire World Series 2023. The 2 remaining WAG players, the Ghost and Dolphin, took advantage of their position in the late game zone by creating 4 layers of blue wall to protect them from their opponents. When the war between Loud and EXPS occurs, at this point, Dolphin and the Ghost came out of hiding and immediately divided their movement positions to the left and right. Dew's sniper shot managed to hit the Ghost, but failed to take him down, while Mexico made a fatal mistake. The Trogon weapon he used did not have enough ammo to take down Dolphin. Instead, Mexico was easily taken down by Dolphin. When the close-range war between Loud and EXPS started to break out, WAG took advantage of this opportunity to attack them. With a Trogon launcher mode attack from Dolphin, he succeeded in overthrowing Lost 21. Meanwhile, EXPS and Loud continued to fight each other until finally, WAG was the one who survived at the end of the game. With 2 UAV Light, CGGG rotated, ensuring the presence and number of opposing teams in front and behind them. At the front, they found the opposing team, Thorad, and they quickly set up an attack. In this attack, Peter had to be eliminated, but OnFire's success in occupying the 2nd floor of the house further clamped down on Thorad's movements, and one by one, the Thorad's players were successfully brought down by Cosq, OnFire, and one more. Cosq knocked down, but managed to get information that North and David were using the horizon line to get back up. OnFire quickly responded to this information and shooting 2 opposing players who fell in front of him. David and Ecal launched their attacks on OnFire. But on the other hand, one more who did not receive an attack launched an attack on Ecal and succeeded in knocking him out. One more continued to carry out attacks until Sonia's passive trigger from David became active and continued to carry out attacks until David was overthrown. Magic Squad showed perfect defensive movement in the deciding game in the Grand Final. They focused on moving towards the blue zone in the Intellect Center and staying there. The binoculars they use are useful for monitoring opponents and movements. CGG and RRQ had time to clamp down on their movements when the Magic Squad launched the launch pad at the Intellect Center but did not provide any significant attacks because they had to keep moving to get to the safe zone. The absence of attacks on the Magic Squad made their position even safer. In the mid-game, in other places, more and more teams are fighting and there are fewer players left. This is what the Magic Squad hopes for. CGGG, who was on the left side of Magic Squad, chose to climb to the top of a tall building. In this position, CGGG could no longer attack the Magic Squad. Meanwhile, RRQ continued to enter the zone, heading towards Buriram and PocoStar defenses. Up to this point, there was not a single team that has posed a threat to the Magic Squad. The Magic Squad got their first kill at 14 minutes and 52 seconds in. At that time, the Magic Squad realized that they had to move to a safer zone. When the zone moved again, CGG decided to move down and move towards WAG and Buriram. The Magic Squad used this momentum to control the zone on the left side and deliver long-range attacks towards WAG, CGG, and Buriram, who were still fighting in front of them. When the remaining opposing players became fewer and their positions began to be known, the Magic Squad began to carry out close-range attack using Yago's Skylar active skill, destroyed Buriram's blue wall defense, making Buriram even more unable to survive the Magic Squad. One of the WAG players, Krillin, who tried to enter the safe zone, was found and he became the last player to be defeated by the Magic Squad. From WAG, we learn to maximize the use of glue walls and flanking movements to pin down opponents. From CGGG, we learn to secure the perimeter before surrounding the opponent's defense area. And from Magic Squad, we learn to be patient and wait for the right moment to attack. Survivors, with the end of the Free Fire World Series 2023, there will also be an end of Booyah Pro Tips. See you in the Free Fire World Series 2024.
Ấn đăng ký ngay và bật nút chuông thông báo của huyền thoại sinh tồn Free Fire Esports để cập nhật những thông tin thú vị và hòa mình vào những trận đấu esports đỉnh cao.